Okay guys, so what are the 4 tools that you need if you want to trade like the professionals? We're going to talk about that today, coming up next. Now, if you want to become a successful trader, then it makes sense for you to at least have the bare minimum of what the pros have. Now, the first thing you must have is not just any kind of broker, but a reliable broker. Now, a reliable broker is not a broker that provides you the lowest spread, because spread, I can tell that it's not that important. Way too many people, they just pick a broker, or because it's cheap, it's so cheap to trade with them, cost of trading is low, then they pick that. That's it. It is like depositing your money into a bank that offers you a high interest rate. But when you want to withdraw that money, the bank be like, oh, I'm sorry. If you pick a broker just based on low cost, you're literally hiring a new staff. Just by asking, do you have a finance degree? Then the candidate be like, yes, you're hired. If you're a CEO of a company, before you hire somebody, you gotta ensure that they have all the most important qualities before you hire them. Agree with me? Same thing with broker. Some of the more important qualities: speed of withdrawal. If you today want to withdraw your profits, you want to withdraw your money, and then the broker be like, sure, you can get your money back, but please wait for us for 5 days. Now, if your broker takes more than 5 working days to give you your money back, just stop working with them, because they don't really care about your money. All brokers love it when you deposit money, right? But they don't really enjoy it when you want to withdraw, because they can't get as much commissions, you know what I'm saying? So you want the speed of withdrawal and deposit to be in sync. It has to be fast. In fact, I think 5 working days is a little bit too slow. And the second thing is, you gotta make sure that your broker puts your fund in a segregated account. For example, there are some brokers who would put your money in a separate bank. For example, Standard Chartered, for example, UOB Bank. You can safely say that, okay, my funds are safe. Because if the broker takes your funds, they can use it for anything they want. They can pay their staff, they can buy pancakes, they can use for their office supplies without even you knowing it. This one you might already know if you watch my previous videos on broker. It has to be regulated, not just regulated by any authority, but must be regulated by a good authority. And then the next thing is, this broker, when you execute a trade, it shouldn't have slippage, if I spell this correctly. No slippage, and also no requoting, because there are many times you want to enter a good price, but when you press the buy button, then the broker requotes you again and again and again. If it doesn't requote you, it loads and loads and loads, and just like PlayStation 1, it loads and then it shuts down. If there's slippage, if there's very frequent requoting, then my friend, you need to change your broker. These are some of the most important qualities for you to test your broker. Now, one of the ways that you can test your broker properly is to first start off, deposit a small amount of money to your broker, okay? Then trade for about a week, okay? Trade for 1 week. Right after that, withdraw your funds and see how smooth all of these processes are. And one more thing I want to add to you is speed of execution, okay, which falls under here. No requoting, immediate execution. It cannot load for like 1, 2, and your order gets executed. It's just too slow. When you press buy, the moment you press buy, your order has to open really fast, okay? So I realized that I did not really talk about cost of trading, because it's the thing, if you are trading long term, cost of trading wouldn't matter that much to you, because I'm not a scalper. So cost of trading, I would say, it's not that important. But of course, if you're a scalper, if you're a day trader, then spread would be more important for you. But just for me, because I'm a long-term trader, I don't really emphasize too much on cost of trading. So if you want broker recommendations, I've already done videos on that. Go and check it out. Go and find yourself. Or maybe I'll spoon feed you one time. I put all the details down in the description below. Please stop asking me what broker do I recommend, because I get this question every single day, including a video where I say specifically details in the description below. People still be like, excuse me Karen, can you recommend me? If you can't follow proper instructions just like that, one advice for you, don't go into forex trading. This is not for you. Go work in McDonald's. Okay, thank you so much. And then the second thing that you need is good quality charts and quotes. Now what do I mean by good quality quotes? You need a price that is updated, that is not lagging. We are quite fortunate in this century because we can get free quotes online. If you have to go back 20-30 years ago, you need to pay for all of these quotes. And also you need good quality charts. Now, if you want to open a demo account and then test the quotes, test the charts, you can download the demo account from a broker and then try it out for a couple of weeks, and then you decide whether do you like the software that your broker provides. Because some brokers, they provide proprietary trading platforms, but most brokers, they provide MetaTrader 4. So if you're a beginner, you want to start out with a good, easy to use, user-friendly software, you can start with MetaTrader 4, in other words MT4. But the thing is, most brokers, they provide demo accounts that allow you to use it for 30 days, which means after 30 days, you cannot use it anymore. If you don't mind the trouble, go and re-download it every single month. And if you want proper charting, you want more sophisticated charting, you can pay for services for charts. I know hedge fund managers who just pay a few $100s a month and then they can get a more sophisticated charting software. Because the downside for a lot of free trading platforms is that if you want to back test the charts all the way back to 2008, 2007, very often your broker wouldn't provide the data. At most, it would go until 2014, 2015. But if you want to go way back 2008 and back test, you would probably need to pay for additional software charting package that's going to provide you with data that is more historical, if that makes any sense. But with that said, if you don't need additional data, you don't need additional filters, you are fine with using MT4, okay, to trade. Some people are fine with using TradingView for their trading. At the end of the day, use whatever that you're comfortable with using, because if the moment you look at the charting package and then you'll be like, oh my god, this gives me a headache, it might not be suitable for you. But then if you see a charting software and then it's like it feels right, you can just continue using that. Okay, so the third tool that you need to trade like the professionals is you need a comprehensive economic calendar. Now if you are starting out as a retail trader, the bare minimum that you need is an updated economic calendar. Not only updated, but also provides you a glimpse of all the events that is going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month. Now for professional traders, we use Bloomberg Terminal, we use Reuters, if I pronounce that correctly. Now if you want to apply for Bloomberg Terminal, it's going to cost you maybe 2,000 plus a month, whereas a Reuters is going to cost you maybe 1,008 plus a month. So if you don't mind paying for that, then you can register for the charting package. But I would say that if you're a beginner who is starting with small accounts I mean like 4 figures, 5 figures, then it's not really that worthwhile for you to invest in a Bloomberg Terminal just yet. Only when you are managing or trading a $1 million account, okay, $1 million account minimum, then it's more worthwhile for you to invest in a Bloomberg Terminal, because if you don't invest in anything, you won't earn big time, you know what I'm saying? But for now, you need to understand that if you want to become a successful trader, you cannot trade in a bubble. You cannot be in your own world and be like, you know what, I'm all about technical analysis. I don't care what's going to happen outside of my charts because I'm a technical trader. Now that might be possible 20-30 years ago, but since 2008 financial crisis, markets have changed, and because markets have changed, you cannot afford to ignore economic events anymore. Even if you don't trade the news, you gotta be aware of economic events so that you can know when to avoid trading. Because you know what, spikes from NFP, for example, it's gonna stop you out instantly, just like that. Interest rate announcements gonna stop you out instantly. So what are some of the economic calendars that you can consider as a beginner retail trader? The first one is called Forex Factory. Okay, so you can go to forexfactory.com. Now, I'm not paid by any websites to do this video, just to let you know. So if you go to forexfactory.com, you can check out the events that's going to come out. Now, these events are scheduled events, okay? What are scheduled events? Scheduled events are events that you know beforehand. Events that you know before it's going to happen. For example, non-farm payroll, for example, retail sales data release. The good thing about Forex Factory is that it is very user-friendly, but the downside of it is that it doesn't publish all the economic information that you need. So to supplement the lack of data on Forex Factory, you need to look at other websites. So to compensate for the lack of data in Forex Factory, what you can do is that you can head over to Daily FX and then use their free economic calendar. Okay, again, I'm not paid to say this. And also you can use websites like FX Street. So these are some of the websites that you can go to get an idea of what kind of scheduled data is going to come out. Now then, what happens to the events that is totally unexpected? For example, if the Fed chair goes on a TV interview and he or she says something that's going to trigger the market, that is totally unexpected. Things like earthquake, things like demonstrations, things like natural disasters, nobody can predict unscheduled events. Unless you're talking about those Forex traders who promise you, you know what, my system is 100% win rate. Yes, go and talk to them because they can predict. They are fortune tellers. Go and ask them, since you can predict the Forex market so well, can you tell me when the earthquake is going to come? Ask those Forex fortune tellers who promise you 100% win rate, fail-proof system. Just go and ask them, okay? They'll give you the answer. So how do you keep track of unscheduled events? One of the ways is what I mentioned just now, invest in Bloomberg Reuters. These are two platforms that gives you the most updated news. But if you don't have access to all these things, which I know a lot of retail traders don't need to worry too much about it. You just need to follow people who have access to Bloomberg terminals. This means that you need to follow the right kind of analysts, the right kind of commentators, who also at the same time would publish their views online for free. In other words, they are monitoring Bloomberg Terminal for you. So having all of this is better than nothing, right? It's better than completely ignoring what is happening all around the world. This comes to the fourth tool that you need, which is comprehensive market updates. Now, when you're in the markets, you also need somebody who is going to take the more important themes, okay, the more important themes and events, both macro events and micro events, and then project their views to you. Because do you agree with me, there are many things that's going to move the market. There are many events that's going on right now at this point in time. So which one should you focus on? Which one should you not put that much focus on? So the one thing that professional traders use is Twitter. And not just Twitter to follow Justin Bieber, Oprah, Kardashians, which I think I follow. You need a good Twitter feed. Because very often times, the most updated information, surprisingly, you can find them on Twitter if you follow the right kind of people. So some of the people that you can follow on Twitter is Reuters, Bloomberg, you can follow Forexlive, you can follow Zerohedge. These are a few key ones that you should follow to get updated information. Another way you can do it is go to my Twitter and then follow whoever I follow. Except for Justin Bieber and Oprah, that's yeah. But with that said, you don't need to follow whoever I follow, because if you know a good analyst, if you have a good broker that provides a good research, then you can just follow whoever that you feel that's reliable. But with that said also, don't just rely on analyst recommendation for you to buy and sell. If you have been on this channel for a long time, you know that you cannot use one signal just for your buying and selling. You cannot rely on just one signal, one factor for you to buy and sell. You can follow analysts, you can read their research, but if you want to buy and sell, use that as a confirmation in addition to your own research. I always say this on my channel, please follow it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to learn it the hard way. Don't need to rush the whole entire process and start your first day of trading with 3 trading screen, 4 trading screen, because you gotta progress slowly. Understand what I'm saying? You might not start off day 1 with Bloomberg Terminal, with Reuters. Just start with the basics first, and when you reach $1 million account, When you reach a 6-figure account, then you can start paying for more softwares, adding more trading screens, but not too many trading screens, okay? I would say maximum 3 screens is enough because studies have somehow shown that when you exceed more than 3 screens, your trading performance tends to decrease. But with that said, I still know professional traders who trade with 20 screens. So at the end of the day, still do what is more suitable for you. Because what I share with you today is just recommendations. After talking to so many bank traders, professional traders, this is what most of them recommend. Most importantly, don't overcomplicate your trading. Don't open multiple windows, buy tons of charting softwares, buy 20 screens on day 1. I can tell that your computer will burn even before you make a single trade. Let me know down in the comment section below what kind of tools do you use in your trading and what can you not live without. Okay, so with that, I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.